Congratulations! You have found WrestleShoot, hosted by the Wild Thing Rob Wilds and the ladies' man Chris Casanova. Combined, we have 40 years of wrestling experience, and we're here to share those experiences, stories, and knowledge with you over the podcast airwaves. We'll be joined by friends of ours from time to time to share their stories and experiences with you as well. So climb aboard the crazy train we call WrestleShoot. We know how to do it, and we do it real well. Oh my goodness, what's up everybody? It's me. It's the Wild Thing in the house. All right, we'll let Chris Casanova come on too. All right there, sweetheart. Hey, lovely fucking fedora there, buddy.
Sorry, I was playing my air drums.
Yeah, you did that terribly.
I don't care.
Let your son be the drummer, pal. You just do whatever it is you do.
Just do whatever it is to do. Okay, I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's kind of a bittersweet day, Chris.
Why is that?
This marks the end of the WrestleShoot 1 year anniversary month. And you know, Chris, I really want to thank you for taking the time to get dressed up for this special occasion. You know, Chris,
that's twice you said that. This shirt is actually more than your whole entire wardrobe, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah, your $13 off the rack Walmart shirt?
No, buddy. Under Armour.
Yeah. Don't call me buddy. I don't like that.
It's Under Armour. I like your hat, though.
You like that? Yeah. Buff liked it, too. Right before I switched hats and got officially placed in the NWO. Yeah. And you know, Chris, it really just hurts my feeling, you know, when you don't take any time out to try to look good for our anniversary date.
I don't care. Sorry.
Man.
You know me. I'm Chris Casanova. I don't give a shit.
You don't care.
I do what I do.
You selfish prick. You son of a fucking bitch. You and me, we're going to have it out one more time.
It's like when you call and I just look at it, I'm like, I'll talk to Rob later. Click.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Voicemail.
That guy's a piece of shit. I'm talking to somebody else right now.
I think from now on, I'm going to start leaving you very hostile, vulgar, aggressive fucking voicemails.
But why would you do that?
Because you're a dick. And you hurt my feeling all the time. All the time. You just don't care.
All the time?
All the time. You know, I only have one feeling, and that's anger. So why do you keep hurting it?
That's easy to do.
Yeah, because you're a dick. So anyway, buddy, we're going to try something all new today, right? Tonight, we are going to do a fans roundtable. We're going to discuss exactly what pro wrestling means to, you know, your everyday people. No wrestlers on here. I mean, except one, me.
Wait, really?
Oh, come on. That was funny as shit. I'm looking
backstage. It was pretty funny, yeah.
I'm looking backstage, and everybody but Larry had a positive reaction to that. Fucking Larry.
Because they're like, well, yeah. It's actually the other way around, but come on, that was good.
Ooh, the untrained backyarder himself.
I know was that the rumor, right, for you?
And that was the rumor that old SPW started up because, I mean, let's be honest, they were scared of me. They were scared of what we could do to their business.
Yeah. So this roundtable, is it like the Knights of the Round Table of Wrestling kind of thing, or?
You know, if that makes you actually pretend you're into the show, then sure, it'll be that.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You could be Arthur. How about that?
Should I be like Arthur? See, the first place my head went was the old movie Arthur, the drunk British guy.
Oh,
but I don't want to marry her. Do you have a drink?
Yeah. God damn, I've seen a movie for years, man. Actually, it was a funny movie.
Yeah, I like the remake too. I mean, it has nothing to do with fucking wrestling, dude. But I thought Russell Brand did a great job in the remake.
I didn't see the remake.
Well, you know, it's because you're an asshole. Anyway, shall we start bringing everybody on?
I like that little breath. Oh, you're an asshole. Just under your breath, just slightly.
Pay attention, X. Hi.
What up? All right, Larry,
You.
Mr. No Laugh at Rob's awesome jokes. Thanks.
Mr.
Steven,
No Sell.
welcome to the pod. Welcome to the party, pal.
Happy
And we have
13-month
our-
anniversary to you guys.
Aw,
Beast.
thanks, man.
Beast, your mic is off.
Yeah, we know Beast Mike is off. Let me quarterback this, X. This is WrestleShoot.
I'm just saying his mic is off.
And we got Big B. What's up, my brother? Long time. Haven't
Right.
talked to you in a little bit. The
What's up?
comedian Catfish. The guy who will make you laugh, but you won't know it's him because he's got a catfish, your bitch ass. And then Tim. Now look at this beautiful fucking Brady Bunch setup. And to answer the question earlier, it's obvious who Alice is now. It's Steven. welcome to the
Hey,
pod.
Steven.
I tried my whole fucking thing. I put it in the contract to not be Alice in this fucking Brady Bunch, and now all of a sudden it's breached.
Oh.
Not even 2 minutes in.
Well, see, you're on WrestleShoot, where a contract means approximately dick.
Fuck. Oh well. That's what happens when I fucking sign it in ice cream. Never do that again.
Now, Beast Baldwin, old crony of ours, he's got to keep his microphone on shut the hell up mode right now, or he's going to feedback. But soon, Mr. Big Mouth is going to jump right in with us.
Mr. Big Mouth.
All right, so let's ask a group question first of all. How long have we all been wrestling fans? Is this a recent thing? Is it like a lifelong kind of gimmick? All right. How about you?
Forever
X?
for me.
Forever, Steven.
I've been a wrestling fan since I was 5.
Nice. All right, Steven.
Felt like since I was 13, kind of going back to the 1997 Attitude Era days.
Yeah, I think Attitude Era was kind of the end of the line for them putting out anything good. After that, it just all turned into what it is now.
Yeah, I can completely understand that. I can completely understand what you're feeling like that, but I was never a WCW, especially when it was essentially, for me, recycled wrestlers who looked really, really fucking old in the ring, at least in my opinion.
Well, before Buff
Agreed.
Bagwell inducted me into the NWO, you know, I used to say if I had insomnia, I would turn on WCW. Knocks me right out. What about you, Larry?
Oh gosh, I remember asking for tickets to WrestleMania 3. That's how old I am.
Ooh.
Yes, and of course I asked for him like a week before the show, not realizing the logistics to get to Pontiac Silverdome from Brooklyn. But nevertheless,
But still, good God, to me, WrestleMania 3 and 6 had the most epic moments ever. And of course, they both had Hogan in them. And I'm not really
Oh, of
a
course.
huge Hogan mark,
Hey,
but I am a Hogan
Go
fan.
way back when Ric Flair was very young.
Wow.
Okay.
that's
Brandon,
a while
what
ago.
you got, buddy?
Oh, shoot. I've been watching wrestling since the old AWA days back in the 80s. So,
You
Yeah,
haven't watched
yeah.
it
Best
since then?
matches out there, man. AWA.
Yeah, in my opinion, God, maybe Magnum TA was kind of running
The
AWA
Four
for a
Horsemen.
while. What do you call Magnum, Chris? What was your thing for him?
What was my thing for him?
Yeah, you had a little name for him.
No, I didn't, but I could make something up.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Magnum PI.
The biggest what could have been story in wrestling's history.
Oh,
was Magnum.
well, not really a name. It's just, yeah, he could have been a lot more. His career was cut so short, and I think he got pushed to the top. And
I think he was gonna be. I think they were priming him.
he was get the strap, and just unfortunate, events.
Well, he had a
Well, he-
strap. He didn't have the strap.
Well, you had
would've
the
got it.
Tom Selleck look.
Yeah, he did. Tim, what about you, buddy?
Born in 82. Can tell you back 78, 79.
So you've been a fan since 79, but you were born in 82. Now that's fucking dedication.
That's
class.
hardcore.
Hey,
Embryo
we got-
launching is always the biggest thing when it comes to the demographics.
All right, let's get the opinion from a guy who took it so far that he would get his brains beat out on a weekly basis. What about you, Chris?
Opinion on what?
wrestling? Like, when did you start becoming a fan? Come on, welcome to the conversation, pal.
Hey! I thought we were talking about Magnum still. Okay, so I would say about 9 years old. My mom was watching wrestling one day, and she said, I came to the living room. I was, what are you watching? She goes, hey, wrestling. I was like, this is pretty cool. I just started sitting down, and fucking I was hooked, man.
Wait, hang on a second. Beth was watching wrestling?
That's what I said, yeah. She's a wrestling fan.
Are you serious? I never knew that.
Well, yeah, she watched wrestling with Gorgeous George and all that back in the day when she was a kid.
I mean, I know she used to come out from time to time and watch us get beat up, but yeah, that's pretty surprising to hear.
Yeah, thought you knew that.
It's always weird when you find a family member you didn't realize watch wrestling. Like I remember hearing about like an uncle of mine who I never thought would enjoy wrestling. He like was watching, like back in like in the 50s and the 60s, and then here I am, kind of inheriting the love of the sport.
Yeah, that's pretty. I'm a little taken back. Woo! It knocked my hat off. What? That's a wrestling fan? Holy shit, Batman! Can you believe that? All right, let's real quick, let everybody get this. Somebody needs to turn that music off.
That was terrible.
Damn it.
We're live, pal.
I thought it might have been like a Disco Inferno ringtone or something.
That one was for you, Catfish. This ain't open mic night.
My bad. That was me.
Was that you? You dirty this fucking guy. For me, I can't really remember the exact.
Yeah, that was me.
I just know I was like this tall. And back then in the good old days, y'all remember the old little tiny black and white TVs that if you had one, all the kids in the hood were like, holy shit, we're going to come over and watch your badass little black and white. Yeah. Well, I had one of those. I had some buddies over. But we can't hear the TV because my dad and some of his homies are freaking out in the front room. Finally, I went out there, assuming they were watching a football game, walked out there just in time to see the spot of WrestleMania 1 where Piper and Hogan were just in the middle of the ring throwing that heat. Wow. Crowd was on their feet, and I just froze looking at this thing because I'd seen boxing before. This wasn't no boxing. So I just sat on the floor in front of the TV, watched the rest of the main event for WrestleMania 1, saw Mr. T, lost my little kid mind because, of course, I was an 18 mark like everybody else. And then I looked at him and said, my dad, that is, I said, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. Him trying to be supportive. He's like, oh, yes, son, of course you can. Boy, he must have been suffering when it actually happened.
That main event right there?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, that's nice.
Hogan and T, brother. Hogan and T. So let's ask this off the wall question. This is a very difficult one to answer, but can anybody cite their top 2 favorite pro wrestling matches? Start with X. Going around the bend.
Okay, the first match that I liked was the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And the last one I liked was Don Morocco versus Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
The big cage, brother.
That's an interesting one. I like that. Actually, I like that second pick there.
I walk out there to the ring, brother, and I saw the cage, and I looked at it and said, oh, I'm going to go up there, Donnie. I'm going to go up there. That was probably one of our favorite matches in our lives was when we wrestled Snuka and TK.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a hot show, dude. I mean, it was so hot that when John Cena was the prototype, he bought a front row ticket to that shit. Sitting there like a fan, marking out. And, of course, John Cena went over to Vince McMahon in the first year he was there. So many of my ideas were popping up there on WWE TV. I was like, that little son of a bitch. Not little, but still a son of a bitch. And John's not really a son of a bitch either. Anyway, Larry, what about you, buddy?
I gotta say 2 of them. One was live, and it would probably have to be from WrestleMania 25, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. The first one, being there live for that event and for that match was, for me, just phenomenal as far as the storytelling. I know a lot of people might crap on the WWE, especially nowadays, but I think still, even back then, they were still putting on some great matches once in a blue moon. And for me, Undertaker and Shawn, just the story it told with the streak and everything like that. And then growing up, and I always find this odd. It's a weird match. It was the main event of SummerSlam '89, Hogan and Beefcake versus Savage and Zeus. Something about seeing Beefcake in the main event. See Beefcake Baba.
Yes.
And Zeus come. I was 9 back then, so seeing this monster come off the movie screen, Zeus. And indestructible.
Yeah.
I just remember rewatching that over and over and over again. I'd rent that video every time I could with SummerSlam, and those are my 2 personal favorites.
The guy who actually, the creator of WrestleShoot, his name was Michael Porter. He was a ring announcer for the WWF, and I think he ran a couple of ring crews, right, Chris?
Yeah, then he became, and after that he became an announcer. But yeah, he was ring crew for a long time.
But he ran 2 of them. And then he was
I'm agreeing with
announcing as well on the West Coast only.
Right.
So anyway, he created this whole concept. He told me a great story once about Zeus. He says he goes back to see Elizabeth. And he says, "Hey, honey, I'm going to run up to the counter. You want something to eat?" So her and Randy, put in their food order. Pulled out a little bit of cash, gave it to Porter. He looks over at Zeus. He says, "Hey, brother, you want something?" He says, "Yeah, I want 5 hot dogs and 3 beers." He goes, "Okay." So he put his hand out. And Zeus stares at his hand, looks at him, and goes, "What?" He goes, "Money." "I ain't paying for it. You're paying for it." And he goes, "Oh, this must be your first day on the fucking job. Around here, we put in our own, buddy. And if you want food, you're going to put some money in my hand or you're going to be eating dick." And Zeus stood up real fast, real aggressive. Now, if you'd ever seen Michael Porter, short, pudgy, older guy, but for him to stand there and not move an inch when Zeus stood up all badass, he told me later on, he goes, "I knew Randy had my back. Nobody really wants to fight Savage." He's like, "I knew Randy had my back."
Well, he's a head case, man.
Yeah. The Zeus jumped up, got in his face. Porter didn't budge. Never took his hand away. Zeus kind of chuckled, reached into his bag, and handed him a 20. He goes, "All right, little man, get yourself a beer on me." All right, moving on. Let's go jump down to Tim.
Oh man, where to begin? You said just 2. I could go on all night. So, I've seen a lot of great matches, of course on TV and in person. The very first one I've been to was here local. Was back Clash of Champions. Back when they came to North Charleston, South Carolina, at the Coliseum. It was the heavyweight champion Ric Flair, and the international world champion Sting.
Woo!
It was a title unification match. So yeah, that was my very first time, seeing live. But I think that was 94. But if I had to pick 2, man, you can never go, or at least me, you can never go wrong with a Flying Brian match.
Yeah, Pillman was
Agreed
a
there.
motherfucker, that's for sure.
Yes.
I think if I was really put against the wall, I couldn't come up with a bad Pillman match.
Exactly. And I mean, the main one that stands out to me, was him and Liger. That's the all-time, evenly matched, wrestling match out there. So.
Comedy catfish. Your turn, comedian.
Yes, I go way back. All right. I go way back. Ric Flair versus Harley Race.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, wow.
When he won his first NWA championship. And then my
NWA belt was so small.
My second best on the Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen, Huh? My
Four
second
Horsemen?
best is the Four Horsemen versus the Road Warriors, Lex Luger, Dusty Rhodes, the Great American Bash, War Games, the very first War Games.
Oh, okay.
And then I have my own personal wrestling story. I tried out for wrestling for church wrestling. I quit the first day. I give my hats off to them guys because they put their bodies on the line. I got superplex from the top rope and I shitted on myself.
First day?
Oh, you pulled a Sid. Not good.
But
What kind of trainers do that?
Don't feel bad, brother. My very first show,
true story.
Some dude named Rob Wiles put me through a table.
Who did?
Oh, well, no, let me say he didn't put me through a table. He failed to put me through a table 3 times.
Wait. Get the story right, buddy. That wasn't me. That was Doug Damien who bounced you off the table twice.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And then I snatched you up and said, all right, Chad, because back then Doug Damien was the hardcore champion, had just beaten me for it. So we were building a rematch, except he had a busted shoulder. So we tried to powerbomb old Beast Baldwin with one arm through a table. Got no velocity, so the poor bastard bounced up. He went, shit. Picked him up, did it again, bounced him off the table again. Shit. So I walked over and said, back up, champ. Picked the kid up and said, this is how you do it. And
this is how you do it.
And I drilled this little motherfucker through that table that time because he already bounced off it twice. I didn't want to do that to him again. So that goddamn table exploded.
I go through the damn table, then he picks me up and gets me out of the damn ring.
Yeah. Well, it was my ring. What are you talking
I
about?
go through the table, then out the ring before I knew what happened.
Let me tell you something, Jack. When I'm in the ring, I call the shots. That's what happens. All right, Beast says you jumped in and you're good to go now. Says you're good to go now, Beast. What about you? You got 2 favorite matches?
Sorry about that,
Moving
brother.
on.
You kind of cut out on me there.
I said, can you name 2 that you would call favorite wrestling matches? 2 matches.
Well, my definite #1 favorite match of all time is the double turn. Watching Stone Cold refuse to tap out and the perseverance he put in, only for Bret Hart, who was supposed to be the biggest hero in wrestling, to finally fucking lose his shit and snap and bam. So that's really the only match that I can think of as my favorite of all time.
All righty, let's move on to Brandon, Big B. What you got, buddy?
For me, it's no question. The top 2 matches, Hogan, Andre at WrestleMania, and Warrior and Hogan for the titles. Those definitely are 2 of my favorite matches.
All right, Alice, what you got? Here's the story. Lady.
I fucking forgot my maid costume today, so I apologize for that. I'm just waiting in my closet.
Now who's in breach of contract, pal?
Shit. Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17 is my first match. I think even though it's like your slow main event classic, that is 2000s WWE perfection right there. And then my other match is watching Chris Benoit winning his first title at WrestleMania 20 versus... Yes, Larry, Chris Benoit, that person exists.
Keeps breaking up. I keep missing that
name.
I
don't know. We'll have to censor this out later on in other airings, apparently. But Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, where you can actually see all 3 wrestle at their best. Amazing match. One of my favorite... Those 2 are my 2 favorite pay-per-views of all time because... they are the perfect length and they have the perfect amount of matches, and those 2 are the first 2 that I really think.
Those are great matches.
What about you, Christina? What you got?
Well, no, first of all, I'm not going to say you because that's one of my worst watch match of all time.
Oh!
Ouch.
Wow. Oh!
So
Shots fired.
let's see. You gotta go with Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat.
Well,
Gotta go with that one.
Which one?
Wrestle War.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say Starrcade 1.
No, Wrestle War. And then gotta go with Hulk and Warrior.
Yeah.
That was such a freaking huge build-up.
That's a popular one in this group. I didn't realize so many people picking Hogan and Warrior from 6.
Well, you got to remember that it was kind of an unheard of thing at the time. Baby versus baby, a title for title.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen a crowd directly split down the middle before that?
Totally agreed. I guess I just never saw it in that fashion, like the way you guys are seeing it. I'm kind of getting a whole new appreciation for the match. I have to go back and watch it on Peacock.
Watch it. I mean, I think that's Warrior's best match besides Brood. I think that's.
I can see that.
They both off that match got springboarded to like 2 levels above where they were going in. It wasn't a gradual climb. It was. But you hear Hogan all the time saying, "Man, that was the day that if they would have let me turn heel, that was the day they should have done it." He said,
that would have been the day to turn heel, no doubt.
So when I grabbed the belt to hit Warrior, a piece of his brain was saying, "Fuck this! It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. And I should just waffle Jim with this." All right, so I'm gonna go with.
Don't say me.
With Rob Wild versus Chris Casanova is my first favorite match ever, and then probably number 2 is Chris Casanova versus Rob Wild.
I heard the second one better than the first one.
Way better.
That's what I've heard.
We wrestled that many
I heard the Iron Man match was amazing, though.
Every time we worked, it was a fucking Iron Man match. Boy, that shit we did at that Nickelback concert, woo, that was a hot match. That was painful. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna, try to pull any punches. We don't do that here. But I probably felt that match for 2 weeks, even down to just a little bit. Like when you turn, oh, that's right, Chris was there, son of a bitch.
That make it look good, right?
But no, honestly, my top favorite wrestling match ever is absolutely Hogan Warrior, title for title, WrestleMania 6. Woo, it was hot. And the second one's got to be a toss-up between. And I think that that Flair and Steamboat at Starrcade was the best.
The original Starrcade, like back in the early 80s.
Yeah,
really.
I love that shit. And then honorable.
You can't go wrong.
Honorable mention, absolutely, to Austin versus Brett. That was The ending was fucking phenomenal. The buildup was great, and it's funny because you never really thought Austin could really wrestle before that.
Even Austin admitted that.
Right.
You see Austin back in the Hollywood Blondes, and you're like, okay, Pillman is the general of the team. He's the one who's doing all the carrying, even though Austin's probably better on the mic. But no, he shined like a motherfucker with Bret Hart. And Bret says it wasn't even that much work to carry him, so who knows?
If I can add to that match, you got to give a little credit to Shamrock as well as a special referee. Just kind of the way, again, referees normally, you don't see them. The best referees, you don't see. You don't notice them. But just Shamrock at the end, if you do not answer me, I will end this match.
Right.
And just him passing out and Shamrock calling it. So you got to give a little bit to him as well. But you're right. Overall, the double turn, which I remember going into that, I didn't see that happening at all.
And I got to give Bret Hart credit for that too, because Bret was just they built it up perfectly. Bret played a dick better than he had ever played before. It's almost like him in real life right now when he's talking. But Bret Hart is just such a good asshole.
I hate him.
Ridiculous.
He's a dick. He really is.
He thought he was bigger than the business. No one's bigger than the business.
No, absolutely. And he still talks to this day. He still shoots on people. It's just like, come on, dude, let it go, dude. I mean, he actually thought he was a real world champion, a real champ.
I just like how I love how. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bret's like that girl who won Homecoming Queen in high school, and then had like 6 kids from the high school quarterback. He got all super fat, but still talk shit about all the other girls at the dance that night.
here's the part that gets me every time, especially with the Montreal Screwjob. So Brett doesn't want to give the title up in Canada. Oh, doesn't want to lose it in Canada, but he'll hand it over the next night. Meanwhile, they were in Montreal, who at the time was voting to leave Canada once a week. So I don't know why he didn't have a problem dropping it that day. But you know what? History is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, Brett's history is what it is, but you notice how every time he does some kind of a fucking interview, he tries to rewrite it.
Yeah, his own
It's
version.
wicked.
And like Casanova says all the time about all these old schooler guys, you didn't actually beat somebody in a legitimate competition and become the champion. This is not the fucking Super Bowl. This is wrestling.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Like, Jesus.
Well, I think Moolah defeated Richter legitimately because that was the original screw job.
Yeah.
So if you want to think of it that way, as the Spider Lady.
See, I would have loved to have seen Vince at that screw job, just like pick up a microphone or something, just fucking grill Brett. Put that dude on his dick.
I like how, but Vince was also like, I let him punch me. I leaned in. I let him take one shot.
I believe that.
Oh, me too. But hey, Brett
Vince
screwed
is the
Brett.
man, he's that promoter that even back when he was skinny arms and needed to have a hamburger or two, even back then people said, don't run your mouth too bad about Vince because he'll fight you before he fires you.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Absolutely.
So what do you think, Chris? Where should we go next with this little anniversary show?
Well, I think we should do our famous Mount Rushmore. What do you think?
Ooh.
Take us away, Chris.
I gotta get a pen and
Walk us
paper.
through this one.
All right, guys. So we do our Mount Rushmore of wrestling. And I know Big X has done it before, but I'm going to call on you again, big guy. So give us your top four. And don't say Rob for me.
No, it is Rob.
What do you mean, the top four?
For me.
Top four
You're Mount
wrestlers
Rushmore.
or
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore? Oh shit!
It's tough to go first on this
That
one.
Every time we
Shit,
ask him this
why do
question.
I have to go first?
Okay, we'll come back to you, okay?
Yeah, have Big B go. Let me
All right,
be
B, let's
last.
go.
One of the last ones.
See,
I'ma
me,
think of
myself,
something
and
good.
I.
Who's up?
One
Me?
more.
Going for B, yep.
All right.
Something
For me, I mean, top 1 and 2 is Flair and Hogan for sure. Rob, you're number 5.
Really?
Yeah. I'll go
Yeah,
with number 5.
Yeah.
My 3 and 4, Sting and Warrior. I gotta go with those guys. So
He's that chin part, right?
he's that shit part. That's a good one.
if they want to add something on.
Is anybody going to pick the Renegade, by the way?
That was mine. Son of a bitch.
How
gave me
dare
that.
you ruin it right now, all of a sudden?
Oh, man. All right, Alice, you're up.
Oh, fuck. Now I'm second. Great. Flair and Hogan are 1 and 2. That's pretty obvious. I'll go Austin at 3 just because of what he did to boost the business, especially basically ending the Monday Night Wars. And overall body of work, I'll go Jericho at 4.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more the overall body of work, the number of feds that he's wrestled in, the fact that he's still doing his thing after almost 25 years. That's really the best I can do. I can put Savage there if I wanted to, but I don't think I really enjoyed anything Savage post 1997. So that kind of takes him out of the equation. So I'm going to go with someone who I can enjoy as much at 30 as I can do it.
When you said Bez wrestled in, I thought we were talking divas.
Can you give me a buddy?
All right, Larry, you're up.
Okay, so this is, I guess, more of a personal Mount Rushmore because I wasn't a big WCW guy, so Flair is not on my list. I was WWE all the way growing up in New York. Hogan, absolutely. Austin for what he did for the business in the at the time modern era, going in with the 90s and everything. Undertaker, just his longevity is absolutely amazing, and he was able to mold and change that character with the times. He was Madonna of the WWE, and he was,
Wow, that's a good one.
he stayed with the WWE during those dark times. And as my fellow podcaster Steven mentioned on our podcast, the Ring Crew podcast, cheap plug.
Oh, good plug, good plug.
Cheap plug, the Ring Crew, wherever you listen to podcasts. Chris Jericho. Hogan's my number one. Jericho's my 1A. I've been a fan of Jericho. Him and Paige were the only two things I liked in WCW as far as wrestlers. And following Jericho through his career, now in AEW, finally getting to go to, Steven, we're at Grand Slam when AEW was in New York City, and I went just so I can sing Judas. And I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom as soon as they were coming out, and no one wanted to sing with me while peeing. But, it was what it was.
They don't know how to have fun. Yeah.
So, Jericho, Hogan, Austin, Undertaker.
Those are great picks. I mean, I'm surprised on Jericho, but you know what? Since you explained it, now
Jericho's got a deuce.
This is not a cheap plug, but if you pick up his book about all of his matches, his most recent one, he's got some interesting tidbits, about his career, and especially his early stuff. He's kind of done it all. So.
All right, pal. Whatever Jericho's paying you to give him those plugs, 20% goes to WrestleShoot.
Fair enough. All right, let me make a note of that.
Pay me. All right, let's see. How about Catfish?
Uh-oh. Look at him. He's getting moved around.
I was taking a nap there for a second.
Is he still with us? Catfish.
Did he freeze? Oh, there he is. I think he's on a delay.
All right, we'll come back to him. All right, Tim, go ahead.
Oh man, Mount Rushmore. There's so many that can be put on it. So to narrow it down to 4, first and foremost, Dusty Rhodes, American Dream.
I really thought it was me this time.
No, you're still 5th. I mean,
dude, that's 2 for 5 though, man. I'm doing pretty good.
That's not bad, Rob. You're moving up in the world.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, Dusty Rhodes. Got to go with Austin. I mean, he would be my 3 though. My second one, I mean, let's see, Dusty. Oh wow. Just because I knew him personally, I got to put Eddie in there. Eddie Guerrero, definitely. And just because my uncle worked with him, in Mid-South, stuff like that, I got to go with. Just to let you know, my cousin is Tommy Rich, Wildfire. So I got to go with Eddie Gilbert.
Yeah.
So
not bad at all.
It's an underrated pick right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very underrated. Okay. We think that one, Rob.
I think that I'm number 5, and you haven't made the number 5 spot once, Casanova.
I'm about to put myself in number 5. All right. All right, Dees, where are you at?
So I'm going to start with a guy that I remember being called Dr. Feelgood.
That could be Rob.
No,
I know that one.
It's not.
I'll put Rob at number 5, so that's 3.
Okay.
No, in all seriousness, I'm going to go Magnum TA.
Wow. Okay.
Eddie Gilbert, Dusty Rhodes, and I'm surprised nobody else mentioned this, Mick Foley.
Ooh.
He would have been my number 5 just because of all of the fucking crazy shit that I've seen him do.
Hey, screw you, pal. I'm everybody's number 5.
You're my number 6, Rob.
I was going to say, okay, he would have been number 6, moved to 5.
Yeah.
Rob, don't be greedy, man.
Kick him out, Rob.
Take what you get. You get ratings, man.
Kick him out. What do you think, Catfish? You still with us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go.
I'm gonna go Rob number 5. I gotta go Nick Foley. That was Nick Foley was crazy as hell when he told Vince McMahon to let the Undertaker throw him off the Hell in the Cell. Of course, Ric Flair. That's number 3. Number 4, Lex Luger.
Ooh.
All right. Woo.
Hey, real quick,
Number
can I
5,
actually cut you off?
I
I
want
want
to
to
go
share.
Ron Garvin. Y'all remember Ron Garvin?
Rugged Ronnie.
Rugged Ronnie.
Lucky
yeah.
Ronnie. Okay, I'm liking these picks.
Great ring announcer.
Hey, look at that. A current
Oh my
picture of
God.
Lex.
There's
Well,
Luger.
not that current. Actually, there was one that was just taken 2 weeks ago of Lex. Let me show you that one. There we
Oh,
go.
shit.
That's a more accurate. That's a more accurate
Oh,
representation.
terrible.
Oh, look
Yeah.
how good he
Ah,
looks.
there we
Come
go.
on, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, Chris, we
Why
got
you gotta
we
cover
got
my
a double
face like
shot
that?
out of those
Really?
photos,
What?
man. A double shot. I
And
better be your
Sting
number
still
one.
got turned on there.
All right, I'm gonna do my pick. Number
All right,
1
it
is
my
Rob
turn then
Wilds.
for Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, number 1 is Rob Wilds. Number 2 is Chris Casanova. Number 3 is Beast, Leatherface, and yours truly, the Executioner. That's
There we
it.
go,
Those are
Ash.
my picks right there.
Right,
First of all, motherfucker, you don't tell me what my picks are. I tell you.
I
That's
said
how this
those are
works.
my picks, you dumbass.
That's what he said.
You want the Executioner to come get you again?
Just so we can work through this, let's just shut him up. There you go.
Oh, silenced.
All right, Rob, you got to go next, man.
I kill you.
All right, I'm gonna go with Gorgeous George, number 1. I'm gonna put Bruno San Martino. Actually, I'm gonna tie it just because I love Paul DeMarco. So it's a tie between Bruno and Paul. Vince McMahon. And I'm gonna have to grab Flair over Hogan. And number 5 is me. 5 times, son of a bitch.
What? No Paul Roma?
Oh, here we go.
Keep your shirt on.
That is a flashy shirt. Look at that.
Woo!
We got season 2 of Heels right here.
I'm surprised how Rob Wilds didn't put Paul Roma on his list.
You mean the Young Stallions guy?
Don't get me started. I feel a bubble.
Now down there. Oh, here it comes.
Oh boy.
He's going to talk to you about
And
Paul
fuck
Roma.
you, Paul Roma. Let me tell you something, Roma. Let me tell you something, you beady-eyed Dago son of a bitch. I've been calling you out the entire year we've been doing WrestleShoot. You haven't once had the balls to confront me. You forgotten fucking horseman. I'm going to take your ass out to pasture, put you down, and me and Casanova are going to sell you for glue.
Well, hold on. Paul Roma was a horseman?
Yeah, for like a blink of a minute.
See, you see, Paul? My case is proven you are the forgotten horseman. Jesus Christ. Let me tell you something. Lex Luger got more heat than you as a horseman. Aren't you embarrassed? Aren't
Steve
you
McMichael
ashamed?
got more heat than him as a horseman.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my Michael.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking Roma.
Okay, now we know who not to mention.
I would've liked-
Fair enough.
I like to
Oh,
see
you guys
Shawn
haven't seen
Michaels.
his
I would like to
list?
see
Oh.
Shawn Michaels become a horseman.
That'd be weird. It was weird for him to be in the NWO.
Yeah.
I think it's
He was
weird.
in the NWO for a minute there.
All right, Mr. Casanova. Shoot.
All right, well, I'll go number 5, Rob Wilds. Might as well just keep the trend going. Okay.
Ooh, I broke the 5-time streak 6 times, baby. 6 out of 9.
Number 4, Rick Rude, man. Gotta go with Ravishing Rick Rude.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can see that. Great seller.
Yep. I think he changed the business. I think he did a lot of good things that were very underrated. Probably go with The Rock, number 3.
If you smell what the
Okay.
dog is cooking. Oh.
He changed the business completely. And let's see. Go with Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Kind of original, but
I feel like they'd be no business without Flair and Hogan. You have to say Flair and or Hogan.
Yeah.
yeah,
you don't.
Yeah.
they were the two big guys. Flair's in NWA, Hulk is in WF. Big rivals.
I'm surprised ain't nobody mentioned Stone Cold Steve Austin. That jackass.
Someone did.
I did.
Yeah,
I did on my list.
I
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah,
heard it a couple
welcome to the
times.
Conversation, X.
All right, motherfucker.
Thanks for showing up.
Let me guess, you're gonna beat my ass and blah blah blah. Tell you something, Jack. If you even dream you can whip my ass, you better.
I
wake
ain't
the
Jack,
fuck up to the
motherfucker. I'm
public.
X. It doesn't say Jack. Buddy.
He's gonna bring Paul Roman with him.
Did you say something?
Oh,
That's
So,
right.
gentlemen,
Eh? What? Eh?
I have a little
What?
promotion called WWCW Wild West Championship Wrestling in Reno. I would like to invite both of you to get in the ring and settle your differences.
Uh-oh.
What's the pay? What's the pay?
Yeah, well, what
What's
are we
the
talking
pay?
about?
Typical
We'll go in there.
wrestlers.
We'll go in there.
Depends on one of
Typical
you
wrestlers.
whooping the other one's ass.
Look, man, you want to get this epic fucking beatdown of X in your ring. What are we talking about?
pay me.
You figure that part out first, then you get back to us.
We'll have
I want
we'll have
Casanova
a
as the
conversation.
referee in
Beast.
that one.
Beast. You and I had a match. You know. You and I had a match with that fucking fucked up ring. Well, the ring got
That
fucked
piece
up.
of shit.
That piece of shit ring outside.
Oh, that thing was garbage.
That was garbage.
It fell apart. A power slam and it fell apart.
Yeah, it was garbage. Like trying to wrestle X. It's always
That's like
garbage.
Rob. We was wrestling on Rob's ring. This pissy
my
shit
ring
ass
was-
ring.
Not on my ring, you wasn't. My ring was the best in California. Jack.
Actually, it
You
was
can't
Rob.
even-
It was
you
Will
can't
Loudon's
even try
ring.
to
That
front.
piece of shit.
Oh, was that at his little parking lot at some traveling carnival show?
Yeah, the one out by my house across the street. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the show where I wrestled Kit Fat Fuckness and told him we're not going to spend any time in this ring, dude. We're going to take it all outside.
That ring was all fucked up.
Yeah, it's garbage.
If I'm not mistaken, not to put you on blast streak there, Casanova, but didn't Rick Michaels con you into buying that ring for him?
No, that was not it at all.
No, it wasn't that. Yeah.
No,
No?
I don't really get that at.
I thought that was a story. Because Rick Michaels don't have no money back then.
Too
Tell
much
me to
chair
find somebody
shots. He
else.
thought it happened.
I was partnering with him for a bit, but I didn't buy the ring.
Yeah, I remember it was like 102 degrees that day, and we didn't
Yeah, I
have
remember
a
it was
car.
like
and we
102
jumped into my
degrees that
Lincoln,
day,
turned on the air
and we
conditioner,
didn't have a car, so we jumped in my Lincoln, turned on the air conditioner.
Oh, Jesus.
So good, we heard it twice.
We're getting feedback.
I'll say it sounded better the second
I
time.
heard it twice.
Are we struggling? Are we losing after?
I don't know. This,
Oh, wait a minute.
Catfish.
That's not.
Catfish.
There, is that better?
there you go.
The magic
Oh,
of live podcasting.
Well, he's struggling today. He must be just using his phone in a bad
Yeah,
area.
that's a cell
There
phone.
it is.
Oh man, Catfish, dude, you're killing me with this feedback.
I need a computer.
Might have to mute him. No offense.
All right.
Took care of it himself.
He's out.
So, Rob, when did you beat up Buff Bagwell for all these hats? I'm loving them.
You know, when you are a great professional wrestler, other great professional wrestlers give you
Their
awesome
gimmicks.
little knickknacks.
Gimmicks. Did Judy come with those hats?
No, she came on something else.
Oh, come on now. This is a family show, I think. I don't know. It's my
This
first
whole
time here.
fucking family show up.
I
Oh,
thought
poor
that
Judy.
looked like a hand-me-down.
That wasn't nice. I'm NWO for life, motherfucker. You better be nice to me or I'm going to tell Buff.
And for life, that means, you know,
That
they
means
help
until
out with
the
retirement.
contract expires.
You're hurting his
feelings.
feelings.
On here a couple of weeks ago, and dude's wearing his NWO T-shirt, and me and Chris just saw that, and we started busting his balls. Are you wearing an NWO T-shirt 25 years later? You fucking mark. And we had fun.
The best thing that happened to him. What are you kidding me?
That's the man, dude. He's a fucking super cool guy. All right, so I would like to hear. We only got a little bit of time left. We might go a little bit over. Who knows? We're WrestleShoot, and at WrestleShoot, we do what the fuck we want to do. But oh shit, are you good, Larry?
I'm good. I don't know
if you were holding up. I didn't know if you were having a seizure.
I had to stretch.
Okay. Let's run around and let's start with Casanova.
That limp wrist.
All right. What we starting with?
Like special stories about pro wrestling and you and how it's affected your life.
Oh my gosh, I don't think we have time for that show. Let's skip over.
No, we got time.
A whole episode of WrestleShoot in and of itself.
Yeah, that's a whole bag of different ones.
Come on, you can pick one short story. I did.
Huh?
You can pick one short story. I did.
Let's skip over. We'll go to X.
Hold on a minute. You motherfucker, I'm talking to you.
Oh, here we go.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
All right. X, let's go.
Put the fucking hat on, Chris.
It's already on.
You goddamn right it is.
All right.
X.
Oh, shit. With wrestling, it's my life. I've been, I've been in wrestling for a little short time. Not as long as Chris Casanova and Rob Wilds. They've been there longer before me. But the short time I was in wrestling, I had fun. I loved it. It disciplined me. I had a bad temper. That helped me out with my temperament problem.
That's because we all got bad tempers. We all got together.
Well, mine is probably worse than a lot of them. You guys just never seen it. But anyway, it helped me out. It was like a therapy for me. It was a workout. It's just my life. I love wrestling. Ever since I was 3 years old, wrestling's been my life. It's like a drug.
I was only 3 years old, brother. When I was 3 years old, I was climbing up to the top of the coconut trees. I'm doing the splash on people. All right, we used to do our normal. Let's zigzag this around and fuck around a little bit here. Let's go with Stephen Ellis.
The one thing I can remember is going to college and going to SummerSlam 2002 in Nassau Coliseum, moving away right after that, and pretty much next door to the Coliseum after living in Suffolk County, Long Island. Not a far trip, but I think watching that was one of the best experiences I've ever had with a live show. Got me ready for the newest phase of life for me, and just in general, wrestling is the ultimate ADD distraction. I think wrestling is for all people who love getting fucking distracted all the time, because we don't have to we can give a shit. We can do our Facebook ring through live chats every show that we have on. Cheap plug again. Larry's talking really well, and we can just have fun and bullshit, and that's what wrestling is. It really is an escape.
All right, that was a good one. Chris Casanova, what about you?
We're not doing me.
Son of a bitch.
I just told you.
Tim.
How hard are you hearing?
I was listening to the stories. What was the topic?
We're going to have us a handicap match. This is my back.
Eugene on a pole match.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. No.
Is he doing that on purpose? Is he fucking with us?
I think so. I see a smile.
Yeah. You motherfucker. You.
Good one.
Oh, maybe not.
No,
oh, maybe he is on mute.
Mike or something.
All right.
We'll
come back to Tim. Chris Casanova, what you got?
I told you 3 times. This is my 3rd time. No.
Son of a bitch.
We're not talking about my stories. I'm saving it for you so you can tell the long story.
Beast Baldwin.
So, I mean, when I first started this business, I started off with you, Rob. I mean, you're the first guy that trained me, put me in a match, got me going.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Casanova, right in your face.
I stayed in the business for about 5 years. Then I had enough of it. I got fed up. I left. Ended up getting sucked back into the business. Stayed for another 8 years. Was fortunate enough to travel the world. Wrestled in some pretty cool places. I wrestled in Germany, Japan a few times, Italy. So, you know, it was a great life. Unfortunately, I got injured, so I got out of the business, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm never doing this again. It's not worth it. So one day I come home from work, and my son is standing in the living room, and he's all, "Hey, Dad, I want you to go somewhere with me. Where do you want me to go? Just let's go. Get in the car. I'm going to drive." So we get in the car, we drive, and we end up at this guy's house. And we walk into the backyard, and it's a guy that I knew very well. He's a former tag team partner of mine. And in his backyard is a ring. And him and my son proceed to tell me that my son for the last 6 months has been training to be a professional wrestler. Despite the fact that I did not want him to be a professional wrestler, I did everything I could to talk him out of doing that. My son, over the last 4 years, has made me realize how much of a mistake that was. He's brought me back into the business to where now I'm co-running a promotion. I'm back in the ring myself. My son is considered one of the best wrestlers in the state of California on the West Coast. His name's Chris Blaze, and he's phenomenal. And I'm so glad for this business because not only did it allow me and my son to bond, it allowed him to show his potential, and it's given him something to dream of. And he's been talking to Cody Rhodes, and it looks like he's going to get a shot to go and train with Cody and maybe get a trial for AEW.
Nice.
Good luck.
Good shit.
Awesome.
Good shit.
Very good. All right, Tim, you with us again? Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, he's not.
Busting my balls. He's got to be busting my balls.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah, something's.
We can't hear you, Tim.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Make sure I'm not being a dickhead and muted him trying to be funny. Nope, that wasn't me. All right. All right, then. I guess we're going to move on up to Mr. Seizure himself.
Guess that's me. So it's kind of twofold. One, as Steven mentioned, as far as like watching it to escape, it's the greatest show on earth, professional wrestling, and especially during the pandemic, to kind of just get away from everything, to turn on wrestling, forget about the whole audience, no audience, just to be able to watch wrestling, suspend belief for 4 hours, or if you're at WrestleMania for 19 hours, and just enjoy it for what it is. And Steven mentioned, meeting friends. I met Steven like through wrestling, and we do through our Facebook group, the Ring Crew. We talk almost every WWE and AEW show. We do the live chat, and anyone can join in and enjoy the fun. But the other thing, and also kind of to mention, is that my father, being able to travel to a lot of these shows with my dad, he was never into wrestling. He just thought it was something that I watched when I was little and played figures. But I got to say, of the 20-something pay-per-views that I've been to all across the country, he's probably been to at 3/4 of them with me. And we've bonded even more over wrestling to the point where he never watched it. Now, like him and my mother went on vacation, and he was texting me about Dynamite. He's like, "Oh, this is what's happening on Dynamite." Like who's this guy? And I remember this guy from WWE. We've been to 12 WrestleManias together, and it's just to enjoy that and to watch him have fun at the Access, like when we go to Access and everything. And he's a disabled veteran. And the thanks that he gets when we go to these wrestling shows, because they appreciate our veterans and everything. I get a little bit of that back to see that joy in him. And probably our best moment was, and I'll wrap it up, Ring of Honor Final Battle from Terminal 5, some shitty nightclub in New York City. and we were front row. And I told them, I'm like, be careful. The guardrail will be hit, and we're going to be hit into the guardrail. We were front row, and lo and behold, Moose, I forgot who he took, but he was just slinging the guy back and forth. And you see us on the pay-per-view, we're just getting nailed with the railing, going back and back. And he's like, "Oh, you won me." So it's just having a great time. My father going to these shows. That's what I love, as well personally with wrestling.
Speaking of the long ass shows, Cass, looks like old Kevin Nash and that whole BTW traveling thing that he's with.
Yeah.
Like he's got Scott Hall in now. He's got X-Pac in now. And they're doing these tours, doing god awful fucking matches from Nash. Just god fucking awful. And each one of their shows is 4.5 hours long.
Are you talking big time wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the show. See, that's coming to Hicksville.
Yeah,
that's that same show. Yeah.
Altoona soon as well. And
Long Island.
I mean,
Long,
goddamn
dude.
it.
And I've heard each match is the exact same. It's like so canned.
Well, that's what Nash does. He's like all those big guys. They work out a match and they take it on the road so they know they're not going to get hurt. I mean, Christ, dude, that's what me and Chris are going to have to do, I think, with the Conquistadors gimmick.
I think he's 4 moves.
Yeah, just so everybody here knows what we're talking about, me and Chris recently bought the copyright and trademark for the Conquistadors.
Oh, there you go.
So that's going to be us. When you start hearing about the Conquistadors on the road, that's going to be me and this fucking guy right here.
Keep the
kayfabe.
Keep
Uno.
the
This
who's
guy.
Uno and who's Dos?
Okay.
Dude, I don't even know what fucking city I'm in. Shut the hell up. Tim, are we working yet?
I think we are. Are we?
Yes, you are. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Your
I don't
turn.
know what it was, but I'm up. Well, now I'm actually a pro wrestling photographer. So I travel the East Coast, with different promotions. Basically taking photos, promo pics, live action shots, what have you. I've been in the wrestling business since 2000, when I started photography, and before then, my family's been in the wrestling business. One of my uncles was Big Bear in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I'm good friends with Maestro, ex WCW.
How the hell is
Maestro.
Stro doing, goddammit?
He's good.
Nice.
He's good. I talked with him a couple days ago. He's still in North Carolina. When I mentioned my cousin, Tommy Rich, he did have a gym in Myrtle Beach, but that closed down because he's not a business savvy guy.
But hey, if we're talking about like going to the bar, he's real savvy.
Oh yeah, definitely. He can put down a few. I just did a show with Rock and Roll Express a couple weeks ago. We've got another one coming up, and
We're coming for you too, rock and roll. Sorry.
yeah. We got a few guys from AEW. So actually, when you said the story about AEW, hey, we had Griff Garrison. We're trying to book all of Varsity Blondes. So
Nice.
Well, worst comes to worst, get Julia.
Be very interested in using Brian Cage. We can get up to Tampa, start doing some shows since we go so far back with that guy. Hopefully,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I was just talking with my mom the other, 2 days ago, on the porch smoking a cigarette, and she's like, I can't believe how much you've grown in this business, and it all started with thumb wrestlers.
Wow, thumb wrestlers. Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
I used to have some of them.
Fast.
Yeah, and then like I said earlier, I was born in '82. My great granddaddy died in '81. He was diehard wrestling fan. If you was in front of him when wrestling came on, he would throw a shoe at you. And
awesome.
And my mom told me, she goes, when he died, it's like he was reincarnated in you. So I mean, yes, I know it's the F word, which we don't use, but still, I still love it. I still love it. Ever since day one. Even now being a part of it, I can say that yes, all these guys, we all grew up watching. I get rubbed elbows with, almost every week. So, what's not to love? I mean, yes, I know everybody on a first name basis and all this here, but to me, being in the business now, I can actually say the best thing I like is watching the crowd faces.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you this, Tim. It's a
story.
good thing that you said the F word, man, because if you said fake, I was going to boot you. Fake. Ah, God damn it. Now I got to boot my own damn self.
Yeah.
I guess you're in charge, Chris.
All right. Get the show started. No, just kidding.
I'm back.
Hey,
You're in
yeah.
charge over me, you son of a...
We're equal, bitch, so shut up.
All right, well, let's run around and see who's got something to plug. You got something, X? Is that
It's going to do a promo on you, I think.
X?
Huh?
Do you have something you want
I couldn't hear because it
Bueller.
froze.
Bueller.
It froze up, so I didn't hear your question.
Do you have something you want to plug?
Hey, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all
Don't
that.
tell me what to do. This
The
is my
plug
house.
I want
This
to
is
do.
Rob's house.
The plug I want to do is, for one, Rob Wilds and Chris Casanova. I love the WrestleShoot. You have good concept, good content, good concept of stories. For one, Beast, I'm proud of you for what you accomplished. I mean, shit, this is big for Northern California. So, you have my blessings and my wishes on your company. And shit, I mean, that's it. And Off the Hook Network.
Off the hook, baby. What's up, Larry? What you got?
All right, it's gonna be so good you're gonna hear it twice. The Ring Crew podcast, myself, Steven, and a bunch of our friends. We talk about what we love, wrestling. We analyze it. We talk about upcoming pay-per-views. And like mentioned before, you can join our Facebook group, the Ring Crew group, and every Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage, and NXT, we're doing live chats while we're watching the show. So just come join the fun. And once in a blue moon, maybe we'll do something live during a pay-per-view. I don't know, something that we'll talk about. But the Ring Crew podcast, check it out wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right. Chris, you pick who's next.
All right, Steven.
And we even do that shitty NXT 2.0 from time to time when we want to as well, talking about how that live show is going on. Yeah, Ring Crew, Facebook. We have all different forms of media. You can find it wherever you can find podcasts. I'm also part of a podcast called Circling the Drain, where we're basically the Seinfeld of podcasts. We talk about absolutely nothing. You will not get any wrestling content over there. That's for the Ring Crew, but we will talk a lot of bullshit, and we will definitely do more Seth Rollins bashing on the Ring Crew podcast than any other wrestling podcast in the world. We promise you. That's our fucking tagline. Fuck Seth.
Okay.
Hey, real quick. Is that you guys?
That's us.
That is us.
Yep. Right now. Boom.
Sweet.
NWO.
I like it.
All right, B. You got something to plug?
Just in less than an hour, you could catch me on Tuesday Night Mania on Coast to Coast Network. And also we do Between the Ropes, where we met Rob Wild and Casanova, also on that on Sundays. So we like talk wrestling too. And tonight we're going to talk a little dark side, AEW, and then our favorite wrestling moments, meeting wrestlers and stuff like that. So check us out Tuesday nights at 9.
A lot of podcast shit happening here. Break. See, this is what we do, Chris. We bring people together. We are matchmakers.
Unify.
Now, to be truthful, we're not matchmakers. We're psychopaths, and other psychopaths gravitate towards us.
Got to be a little bit of a psychopath to be in this business anyway.
Oh, Beast Baldwin, who asked you? I'm going to put you through a table again.
You know what? That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun, actually.
I join in?
Will say.
My favorite part of that match, by the way, real quick, was not so much putting you through the table. It's when you fucking came walking out of the locker room with you had a hold of the ref shirt. You're dragging a ref behind you, and you stopped and went, "What's up, my Negroes?" And everybody fucking went crazy for you. And then he climbed into the ring with Doug Damien, wearing his shoulders slowly, and goes, "Yeah, I'm real sorry that Rob Wilds broke your shoulder and you can't wrestle tonight, but you're either gonna wrestle for that championship or just lay down and let me pin you." And then Doug bounced you off the table twice.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that back up.
What's up, my Negroes? And everybody popped.
I feel bad I missed it, man.
You were there.
It was freaking great.
Wrestle Cooley.
No, what? No, I wasn't there yet.
That was the night that you wrestled Cooley. That
was I there?
literally right
I thought the night I was late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, Tim. What you got? Is your microphone working? Can you hear me, Tim?
Yes, I think I can. Are you there? Yay!
Yay!
All right.
Makes me happy.
So much stuff I can plug.
You can do
Look
it.
at my name, Tim Enlow. I just put it on here. ENLOW. Look me up. My on Facebook, my profile picture says Enlow Entertainment. I just rebranded from Tim Enlow Photography to Enlow Entertainment. But I mean, we've got so much stuff that I can plug. The big show, I will say, not the.
And that's going to do it for WrestleShoot, guys. Thanks for joining.
But no, Saturday, November 13th, if you're in South Carolina area, Clover High School, just announced Marcus Cross from AEW, wrestling legend Tommy Young, Hall of Famers, WWE, Rock and Roll Express.
Ooh, rock and roll.
Perfect 10, Baby Doll.
Oh,
wow.
And just announced the Koloff Dynasty, Nikita Koloff.
He's
a cool
fuck
dude,
is
man.
Nikita gonna do? He could come out with his little walker and then what?
He's a cool dude, man.
He is a cool dude.
He
but he's
is.
also like 93 or something. I mean, come on.
He's up there though. But
Nikita Koloff got in the ring with me. I would bring a broom and a dustpan because I'll dust his old ass.
Oh, that's a challenge. If I ever heard one.
Not even really a challenge, just kind of more factual than anything. Nikita will come out and be like, oh, Yavo, I'm going to. No, shut up. Chris, you got anything to plug?
Well, we're on our show right now, but other than having a successful podcast, I am also a successful realtor. So,
yes.
Yeah, if you're looking to buy or sell a house, hit me up.
That's right. You can hit him up there. However, you can't hit him up as Chris Casanova. You've got to hit him up as Chris Ward.
Yeah. So this is just a gimmick, guys.
But hey,
What?
Wait,
the hell?
My real name is Wild.
What?
You changed your name to Wild
Beast.
legally? I'm not Ultimate Warrior, guys. I didn't legally change my name to Warrior.
It has been one hell of an anniversary month, Chris. And just because producer Jimmy Kimball, who, by the way, Gay Joker, jokes up, man. Come on, drop Jimmy Castle back off already. This is getting a little bit fucking stupid, man. Whatever the heat with you and Gay Batman is, you need to kind of brush that shit away because Jimmy's a valued asset here on the Off the Hook Network. So it's fucking enough already. Bring him back. But
hey, Rob, I got a quick question to tell you, Rob. Yesterday, Gay Joker got on the sanitarium, and he said he wants to invite you and Chris Casanova to the party. What party he's talking about, I don't know. But that's
whatever
what Gay Joker
party
said.
it is, we're off the hook, baby. We'll take off the hook all the way up, Joker. You ain't ready for this.
No, he's not.
especially with me and Cass at the same time. Shit, we used to smack people around tough. What did you say, Chris?
What's that? What are you talking about?
We've climbed over.
I didn't hear anything you said.
We've climbed over tougher guys.
Oh,
than
tougher
you
guys on the way to fight? Yeah.
on our way to a real fight, Joe.
A real fight.
So, but we're gonna play this one last time. Everybody enjoy it. The wonderful 1 year anniversary month video.
I'm crying.
Here's to you to the 1 year anniversary WrestleShoot.
guys.
1 year, Casanova. We've been putting it in. Man, we've had all kinds of awesome guests, done all kinds of unique shows, had a shitload of fun. We've met people from other networks and had a lot of fun with them. And just WrestleShoot's a hell of a thing. It's going full steam ahead. Don't see any signs of it quitting.
I'd have to say, man, this is one of the funnest shows I've done, man. Get lots of different opinions from different guests. I love it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming on.
The level, I think, of success of this show was surprising for both of us. We were like, okay, we're going to shoot the dice and hope this shit works. If not, we better get out of Kane and start being the dancing bears to entertain the people. Are you not entertained? And I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this week's episode of WrestleShoot. Big X, Larry, Beast Baldwin. We got Tim, Big B, and Steven rocking the shit with us. Comedy Catfish. Sorry we lost you, man. We'll do it again. And if anybody wants to know where he's appearing, hit me up. I'll put you in touch with him. He's a live stand-up comedian. And on that note, Chris, sweetheart, see you next week, baby cakes.